Hello and welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is Motor Mike Media, and as always, I'm your host, Motor Mike. Now today you guys get a 2-for-1 special. We'll be talking about the 2022 Subaru BRZ as well as the 2022 Honda Civic prototype. And if you guys are here for the Honda, I'm going to talk about that second. So if you want, go ahead and skip to it. No, I can't stop you. Now, the BRZ. Before I talk about it, I briefly want to talk about the current one. I was worried it was going to go away, to be honest with you guys. We live in a world where crossovers and SUVs are just taking over, and more sedans and coupes are dying. So I'm so happy that it's going to stay around and get an all-new generation. Now let's talk about the styling. Let's start with the front end. Overall, it's a new sporty design for them. You can kind of see it's the next evolution of the previous generation. Nice LED signature lights, as well as a bigger grille. And it kind of makes a little bit of a smile. Kind of like the older Miatas. Going to the side profile of the vehicle as a nice silhouette, very similar to the previous one, but the body lines have all been enhanced. I like this little cutaway before the door, like a vent, as well as the rear quarter panel, or the rear fenders, being a little bit wider. It gives me vibes of a Toyota Supra, and I like it. Now the back end. Now when I first looked at the back end, the first thing that came to mind was, is this a mini Acura NSX? And the more I look at it, it has some vibes to it, but you guys can let me know in the comments below if you have that same feeling about it. Overall, the exterior is quite nice. It truly does stand out amongst the sea of boring crossovers and SUVs. Now going into the interior. It's a nice evolution of the older dash. Some materials have been improved, as well as more technology. Just look at the screen. The older generation screen felt very tacked on. Now this one feels more integrated, it's bigger, and it's the latest and greatest from them. As well as below that, you have hard touch buttons and knobs. That's always a good thing to have. So many car companies just have a screen and everything's buried in it. It's always nice to have simple buttons or simple knobs to do your features. And the best thing about this is you have a 6-speed manual with standard equipment. So many manuals are just dying. It's so good to have it here. That's how you truly should get this car. That's how you can maximize its fun factor. And the best part about this new fun factor is it has a new engine, a 2.5 liter naturally aspirated flat 4-cylinder boxer. And it's a good engine. You have more power than you did before, and more power is always more better. Now you're basically getting about 228 horsepower and 184 pound-feet of torque. Nothing crazy, but it's a nice power bump. You're basically getting 23 more horsepower and 28 more pound-feet of torque. And you're keeping about the same weight. Even in the heaviest version of this vehicle, you're under 2,900 pounds. That's awesome. The previous generation was already nimble. Now, it's not a fast car, but you have great weight distribution. It handles great, very Miata-like. It's a vehicle you want to push to its limits because it's so much fun to do so. And now you have a little bit more power. The body's stiffer, and it did a few things with the suspension to give you a better ride overall and better performance. It's exciting to see. The old saying is, it's more fun to drive a slow car fast than a fast car slow. And that is so true, and I would love to drive this car. Overall, I think it's great. Interior, exterior, a little bit more performance. What's not to love? And if you haven't already, please subscribe. It means so much to me if you would. I really want the channel to keep growing and growing, and I can't do it without your help. I have a goal to get to 1,000 or more by this time next year, and you guys can be part of that. Now, let's get to the Honda. The 2022 Honda Civic prototype. And I know it's a prototype, but a lot of automakers have been doing that lately, where they have a vehicle that's 90-95% production ready. They just want to show it to us as soon as they can. So let's look at what we got. Overall, between the styling cues, it looks very premium. A more matured Civic, if you will. The previous generation was very angular, very youthful. Now this new generation seems, like I said, premium, more matured. The front end is more chiseled. It's a nice sporty look, and it fits more with the Honda Accord look. The side profile, some nice sharp lines, clean and sophisticated. The profile of the vehicle has a little bit of a coupe-like slope to the rear end, gives it a nice little sporty look. And the rear end, the taillights are pretty nice, very similar to the Honda Accord, and it's just its big brother. Now, we don't have a real interior to show you, but the designers did have some pictures, and they talked about it a little bit. You can tell just from the pictures, it's a new design language for Honda interiors. They want more premium materials, more tech. You can just see that in these pictures, where you can tell the overall layout's a little bit more premium. We know that in the higher trims, as standard or even optional, you can get a digital gauge cluster. And a lot of cars have been doing that lately. I just talked about the Hyundai Elantra that just came out, and that has a digital gauge cluster. It's a new trend because you want to keep adding more and more tech. It's a good look to have too because it can change with your wants, your needs, the modes you're in, and I'm very excited to see it in action, as well as a nice larger Honda infotainment screen. And it's always good to make those a little bit bigger. It helps with everything, whether it be your camera functions or just going through menus. And we see that they still have some buttons here and there. They didn't get rid of them all, and that's good to see. Well, like I said with the BRZ, it's good to have some of those simple, old-fashioned buttons and knobs. And we don't know powertrains about this car. I'm going to assume that the current power plants are going to carry over, and I'm hoping that there'll probably be a hybrid soon. We know that hybrids are like the new things. The Elantra is going to have a hybrid. The Corolla has a hybrid. It's safe to say that this will probably get a hybrid as well. Now, I want to know what you guys think in the comments below. What do you guys think of the new Honda? And what do you guys think of the new BRZ? I'm excited to see a brand new coupe, and I'm always excited to see a new Civic. I know there's not going to be a new coupe for the Civic. It's unfortunate, but we will get a sedan and a hatchback. So let me know what you guys think. I thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell. That way you guys can stay updated with the latest and greatest from my channel. And once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.